All right, Earth signs. It seems like right now you had to make a painful choice, or there's a situation that you either had to make, or a situation that you're avoiding making. All right, and it's kind of like, you know what? I'm just gonna sit here and just kind of let this be, or let this simmer. Maybe you're not sure if you're going to go talk to this this earth or water sign masculine. This person could have a child, but maybe you want to give them an idea or send them a message about something. It's like, okay, something that's just unrealistic, something that's just not working, and I'm curious on what I can do to get out of this guilt or this breaking point. There was some type of argument, some type of confusion, or bad choice. Maybe you could be in your head because you feel like, okay, I'm not sure what happens next. You could feel like somebody that you separated from was manipulative. It's like, as much as I wanted to be generous to this person or support this person or give in to them, it's like when it comes to their influence, when it comes to their logic or how they celebrate, how they interact with other people, something just has to change. And you had to release them. You had to let it go. If you're worried about getting some type of support, I feel like you're about to have some type of influence or support. This may be a decisive moment. You're realizing, okay, when I release this person or when I release this situation, this is when the abundance comes. This is when the opportunities come. This could definitely be a relationship, a house, a job, or just someone that you've known for a while. You really invested in this, and maybe you were still kind of doing so. You were waiting on something to pay back into you. But it's like the more that you recuperate, the more you kind of sit back and think, you just get disappointed emotionally. It's like, you know what? I just regret balancing it or adapting to this person. As much as I wanted this to be stable, as much as I wanted this to be able to do certain things, this person is distracted. This person is unreliable. They throw tantrums. It's like, it's just not really good news at this point. Also, it seems like while you were trying to adapt to something, you could be disappointed because they could have been sleeping with someone. This could be a Sagittarius or an Aries. They were trying to be patient with this person because they know that there's some type of emotional issue here and they need to walk away. This could be a Pisces if it's not. Maybe an Aquarius. They're trying to walk away from a situation that they find abusive, but then there's someone else around. So they had options anyway. And maybe they already knew that you knew this, and that's why you were creating some type of boundaries. They know. So you withdrawing is not really a shocker. They know that you're about to recover, and I'm telling you, you are. Okay? If you are Earth sign masculine, there could be some type of communication, some type of big change, something that's going to make you feel a little lonely or break your heart. And be careful because you could be around your kid, especially if you have an air sign, you're Earth sign masculine with an air sign child. There could be some type of loneliness that they feel, or there's some type of, like, if you're sadness, maybe they feel like there's some type of betrayal when it comes to somebody that you were once coupled up with. So it's like, oh, I miss my mom, or I miss my dad, or oh, I miss being at home, or whatever the case may be. But at the same time, you feel like you have to control a situation, or you're in your head by your choices. Maybe somebody's starting to hold back. They're confident in moving forward. Because they feel like the more that they progress, the more they get the stability, the more that they get the support. They could have been in their head, though, and confused in their emotions because they felt like they were obligated to do something in order to get what they wanted. Okay, I still want to make sure that my family, my legacy don't feel misdirected or it doesn't feel forced. They didn't want the conflict, so they were still giving love and emotion to this relationship, even though it had to end. Put yourself where you are in this situation, but the relationship had to end. And again, there's some type of uncertainty, but create some type of routine for yourself. Everybody can adapt. The truth will be as clear as day when it comes to what's needed and where everybody is going, okay? So have some type of confidence that everybody can get out of this situation, have some type of structure. They can have some type of morals attached without it being evil, all right? So it may feel a little rocky for your kid at the moment, but it won't always be like this. Somebody could be somebody's uncertain about a pregnancy for sure. They're going to reconcile. It's like, okay, well, somebody's pregnant, yes, but I don't know if they're reconciling with this air sign masculine. So that may be a challenge, and now you're trying to control and figure out what's going on when it comes to having new love, or you just flirting right now. Maybe you're trying to hold back until you have the truth because, like I said, you already have a kid kind of confused on a situation that's ending, how you can give love or start a new relationship that is going to make you feel like you have everything that you need emotionally, but at the same time, you feel misdirected. There's some type of obligation or burden when it comes to your foundation, your legacy, and where you're trying to go. Maybe you're confused on it. You also could be in your head and holding back from something and trying to secure someone that you feel like is sensible and or nurturing, but they're heartbroken because they feel like you were too rebellious or impulsive with some type of communication. You did way too much with paperwork, the way you were talking about them, the way you were sending text messages, you just did way too much. And although you would come off as security or as somebody that, oh, I can protect you or I can be your provider or whatever, it seems like you had some type of property to you. They had to release you in order to get some type of change, in order to bring in some type of new community. It seems like they have some type of influence. This did influence their support. So it's like they had to let go, or you had to let go of somebody in order to get something else to come in. All right? Even if you feel guilty, or even if you're kind of waiting, or just kind of seeing like, dang, I just need to get out of this unrealistic expectations, or it was what it was, we were procrastinating on not ending this anyway, somebody else comes and they are more balanced. You may just kind of be bored and like, oh, I'm not really trying to date anybody, I'm kind of disconnected right now and I'm just trying to be strategic. And then you go and do something for yourself, and then you find something that works, or you run into somebody, or things just got to get working for you. All right, but just don't be overly obsessed with trying to evaluate everything that was said, everything that was done, how other people feel, who's taking steps, or whatever the case may be. Don't worry about anybody else's success. Everybody will be accountable. Everybody will have their own structure. Once again, you will be able to have your own foundation. If there's a kid or somebody that you have to pay into, or you have to pay for a kid, and there's some type of tension because of that, give yourself some type of comfort, because you will have everything that you need to get that completed, as long as you're going in it with the right mentality. All right? It'll all work out.